Namaste. This is Swami Prabodhananda, the General Secretary of International Vedanta Society, live in YouTube from our Varanasi ashram uh, uh, in India. So we are here to discuss Bhagavad Gita, and we've been doing it for like 2 months. And thank you for your interest in Bhagavad Gita and your and your support, your letters, your comments, and and everything associated with Bhagavad Gita, on this with this class. So today we are going to study this third chapter, that is Karma Yoga, the one that we have started in the last class, that is in on Sunday. So we are going to start this again. On Sunday, the internet connection was very bad. So, I am sure that some of you had a lot of inconvenience in following the class. So I'd like to, just retrospect a little bit what we had discussed in our last class. Thank you, Anna and Mohini. Welcome. But before we start, let us meditate for 2 minutes, and then we start. Okay. Thank you. Pranam, Devashish Babu and Linika, welcome, and thank you, Anna. It's because of your, people like you, which inspires us to come again and again in these classes. So, we had started Karma Yoga last, in the last week on Sunday. We had started this Karma Yoga. So this is the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So, the Karma Yoga starts with a question of Arjuna. That, in the last class, in the last chapter, that is chapter 2, we had seen how Krishna had glorified knowledge. He did not criticize karma, but the way he had glorified karma, glorified knowledge. So there was a confusion in the mind of Arjuna that maybe knowledge is superior to karma, and he was wondering why was Krishna so excited to engage, to make me engaged in this war, whereas he himself says that knowledge is the best. So why not I spend my whole life in the pursuit of knowledge and in practicing knowledge, and just get and just be the one whose wisdom is steadfast, compared to now when I'm standing in the battlefield and I'm going to fight my own relatives and my own friends. So why should not I just retreat from this battle, and I should just go to some some monastery or anywhere, and spend my life in solitude and in the pursuit of knowledge. So that is why he had asked Krishna that which one is superior? Is it the knowledge which is superior? Knowledge means knowledge of the self. So is the knowledge of the self superior to the karmas? Karma means the duties, the responsibilities, our responsibilities. So is the knowledge of the self superior to the to the duties that we have to perform all our life? And he said that I'm very confused because you say things which is contradictory. Sometimes you talk about the glory of knowledge, sometimes you talk about karma. So I'm very confused. So you tell me clearly and very definitely which is the truth, and which path I should follow, so that I can attain my I attain my betterment. So Krishna said, Arjuna, you think that knowledge is superior. It's not like that. These two, knowledge and karma, they're two paths. They're, namaste. Namaste, Karman. Namaste, Mirama. Thank you very much. So, you think that knowledge and karma are different. You think that. But, but it's not like that. These are two paths, but they all lead to the same place. They lead to the same consciousness. So he said that from a very for a long time there were two paths. One is the path of knowledge, Tarun Babu Namaskar, and the other is the path of karma. Now, for who is the person who is meant for the yoga of knowledge? The person who has already realized the self, the person who is enlightened. He can experience the knowledge, the consciousness, always in his daily life. uh, Namaskar, Shulekha ji. So he can experience this, that he can experience this knowledge all the time. And that is why the yoga of knowledge is for the person who has attained the state of attained the state of samadhi, or attained the state of consciousness, super consciousness. But for others who are the aspirants, for knowledge, for them it is karma yoga. So karma yoga not only you know not only uh, you know defines the spiritual, the worldly responsibilities. It's not only the worldly responsibilities, it is also the spiritual practice that we do. That is also karma yoga. So while practicing spirituality, while approaching in the path of truth through the through spirituality, we should approach every step as karma yoga. We should follow the principles of karma yoga, and that is uh, you know uh, you know that will enable us to reach the state of unity, to reach the state of super consciousness. Okay. So you know uh, also also when he talks about karma, that all the aspirants, for all spiritual aspirants, karma yoga is the path. Now karma means actions, activities that we do for our for in our day-to-day life, all the activities. So if we can perform all the activities according to the principle of karma yoga. Now, what is the principle of karma yoga? We had already discussed it in the last chapter. Again, we are going to, have a little bit of retrospection about that. Uh, what is the principle of karma yoga? The principle of karma yoga is, that I have to only perform karma. I should not think about the results. And the results of my actions should not inspire me, or should not determine my future karma. So these are the principles of karma yoga. So when we can, and then he says that whatever karma you do, you need to practice each and every karma according to karma yoga. That is, you need to only perform the karma, not thinking about what is going to be the outcome of that. And and you should not, the outcome of the karmas should not determine what kind of karma you are going to, you're going to choose. So so he says that namaskar Indraji. So he says that that this is the way. So whatever karma you are doing, you should always perform each and every karma, whether it's small, whether it's big, it's significant or insignificant, important or unimportant karmas. All the karmas should be performed like karma yoga, because there is no important or unimportant karma. Any karma that you are performing, they're all important. They're all, they all help you in reaching the state of worklessness, reaching the state of yoga. So though you think that this is important and this is not important, according to the results, why are karmas important and why some karmas are not so important, it is only because of the results. So we are more focused on the results, and that is why we consider karmas to be important or unimportant. But actually, no karma is important or no karma is unimportant. Every karma possesses the same value. So whenever you are, whenever you are engaging into any activity, any action, always, pranam, Kabirji, pranam. So whenever you are, engaging in any activity, always engage in a way that each and every karma is important. Each and every karma is a step towards enlightenment. And if you can approach in this way, then only, only by performing your day-to-day karmas that you do in your life, only by performing your duties, your responsibilities, you will see that you have attained the state of super consciousness. In our scriptures, we have, like, we have these stories of people living in household. They, they didn't go to any ashram, they didn't go to any guru. Just by performing their duties selflessly, in the way karma yoga has to be done, they have attained the state of super conscious state. They have attained the state of enlightenment. And they have attained the state of enlightenment up to the extent that they can also, support and guide other very serious, spiritual aspirants. So it's not so karma yoga is very important. So we need to give more and more attention on karma yoga. And then the other way to do karma yoga is this, that you should not be attached. So what does it mean? I should not, I should separate myself from all attachments. So how can I separate myself from all attachments? The very easy way of separating yourself from all attachment is when you separate yourself from the doership. I am the doer. I'm the doer of this karma. So when you can, when you can separate yourself from that no, I am not the doer. I am the observer of this karma. This karma is happening, in front of me, and I am witnessing it happening. I'm not the doer. The doer is the nature. The nature is the doer of every actions. I am the witness. I am not the doer. This is the first one. We have to, get rid of this notion that I am the doer. And if I can get rid of this notion that I am the doer, I will be, unattached. Then what more? He said, not only this, you need to separate yourself from the karma also. When there are karmas which we like, we get attached to them. When there are karmas that we don't like, we we repel, we get rid of, we try to get rid of them, we run away from them. So he says that whatever karma you do it with full sincerity. Don't get attached to any karma. Okay, and if you don't get attached to any karma, you will see your tendency of getting attached to the world is also decreasing, and at one point you will see that you are completely unattached. And the third is, you should not attach yourself with the results of the actions. Whenever we perform any karma, every karma produces results. So if the results are satisfactory, we get attached to them, and if they are not satisfactory, we try to get rid of them. So here it says that whatever results it brings, you should not be attached to anything. Even if it is a success or it is a failure, you should treat them in the same way. And only by treating them in the same way, the results of your actions, whether it is success or failure, whether it's profit or loss, whether it's happy or sorrow, if you can treat it in the same way, this sameness, this tendency of sameness will make you qualified for enlightenment. This tendency will make you qualified for the state of immortality, where you will go beyond death. And when you go beyond death, whom do you meet? You meet your own self, you meet your real nature. Okay, so this is karma yoga. So Krishna said that every karma that we need to do, we should perform as if every karma is a karma yoga, and then only we can get rid of all the attachments that we have. And the moment we can get rid of all the attachments, you will see that not only you are detached from the external world, you will see that there's an uncanny way of getting unattached with the mind and with the ego and the intellect, with the emotions, all your emotions, all your modifications of mind, that is happiness and sorrow, grief, trouble, sufferings, envy, jealousy, hatred, anger, greed, lust. You will see that you are completely unattached from everything, only by getting rid of the attachment towards the doer of the action. And if you can get rid of the doer of the action, the actions and the results of the actions, you will be unattached not only from the external world, you will be unattached from the internal world also. And when you are unattached from the internal world, when you are unattached from the ego, what remains? The self remains. So karma yoga also is a way to attain the self. If you want to say it in a very simple way, it is a very, very it's a very, very very, very easy way. It's a very, very easy way to attain self-knowledge, because here you don't need to do anything. You don't need to do any austerity. You don't need to do any spiritual practice. You just need to modify the way you are doing karma and the way you are looking at things. Just you have to modify that and keep on doing every karma that you do, and you will see that at one point, only by performing every karma, you are in the state of liberation, you are in the state of enlightenment. Okay, so Krishna says that there are two paths. One is the path of yoga, the yoga of knowledge. So this yoga of knowledge is not for everybody. It is for those who have already attained self-knowledge, because people who have attained self-knowledge, they are the people who knows what is the self, and that is why they can practice it. They can make it. They can translate it into their life. Thank you, Vidyaji. Pranam. So they can translate it into their life, this knowledge. But for others, it is karma yoga, and only by performing karma yoga one can attain enlightenment. So that is why Krishna says there are two paths. One is the path of yoga of knowledge, and the other is the path of yoga of karma. Now, this section, what we are, Pranam Sonali. So this section, what we are dealing now, talks, exclusively about karma, about the science of karma, and the, and the place the karma leads us, how we should do the karma, what kind, how we should do the karma, why we should do the karma. It deals about this particular aspect, which is a very important aspect. Though many spiritual people, or people who are, many spiritual aspirants, though he may think that this is karma yoga, there's nothing about it, we are very interested in, we are only interested in the knowledge part, not in the karma. But karma yoga actually helps us in the spiritual path, not only for people who are not only for people who are practicing karma yoga, but people who have already attained enlightenment. For them also, karma yoga teaches them how to deal with this world, how to deal with everything of this world, okay, with themselves as well as with the world. So karma yoga is very important for each and every person in this world. Then he says, Nash karma. Okay. So then he says, that is what he says now. That without performing karma, na karmana manarambha naish karma purusha ashnute. That is the place where we are left last class. And though I had connected again, maybe most of you were not there, because then I could successfully connect with again, and I came online again. But I think most of you were not there. So the place where we had left last time was this: na karmana manarambha naish karma purusha ashnute. Now there are two things. One is karma, and the other is naish karma. Karma means actions. Now, what is action? What is karma? What is karma? Karma means, karma means that by which we fulfill our needs. Karma is that by which we fulfill our, desires. Okay? And not only that, karma is that by which this world or this nature, it is being created and it grows. That is also, one part of the karma. That it is the, karma is the one which gives birth to the nature. Not only that, it also helps the nature to grow, this universe to grow. So this is also karma. So karma basically is that by which, is that action by which we fulfill our needs, our desires, or we fulfill ourselves. Now, once a person has attained the state of enlightenment, once a person has, experienced that he is the self, and he is not the mind, he is not the ego, he is not the intellect, he is the, he is the consciousness, super consciousness, he is the absolute consciousness. Once he has, he has experienced that he is that, he is that absolute consciousness. So then he sees that he does not have any necessity, he does not have any needs, any desires, because he is always fulfilled from within. And that is why, he does not need to work, he does not need to perform any karma. Okay. So, okay, Devashish, I'm coming. So, when a person has attained the state of enlightenment, he sees that he is the, he is the infinite self. He is the infinite consciousness, absolute consciousness. He is the truth. He is the knowledge. And he is infinite. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. And in the Bhagavad Gita also, it says, Yam labdha chaparam labham manyate nadhikam tata. There is some achievement. There is some accomplishment. When one accomplishes that, he does not need to accomplish any more. So what is that? That is the self. That is the self. So when you attain the self, when you experience the self means knowing that I am the self. Here knowing means experiencing, not intellectual knowledge. Experiencing it, feeling it, realizing it. When I realize that I am the self, automatically I see that I have, I don't have any needs. All my needs are fulfilled. It says once a person, once a person has attained the self, he attains four things, together. One is dharma, that is artha, third is kama, and fourth is moksha. That is, he attains dharma. Dharma means he knows what is the right action, which is the right path to partake, which one is the right path. Always life offers us two paths, this or that. Sometimes we choose the right path, and sometimes we choose the wrong path. If we choose the right path, we attain good, our good. And if we choose the wrong path, we have to face the consequences. So this is how it is. But when you have attained self knowledge, you will always have the right path in front of you, because the intuitions are always going to help you. The intuitions, the knowledge of the truth, is always going to guide you in the right path. And that is why, when you attain the self, you attain dharma. Dharma means right path. Dharma does not mean religion. Dharma means the right path by which I can attain my glory, I can attain divinity, I can attain the truth. That is called dharma. Okay. Then artha. Artha means, in very, very, very simple language, we say artha means money. We all need money, and that is why artha means money. Artha does not mean money. Artha means everything that I need for a serene life, everything that I need for a blissful life. Artha also artha means money, but not only money. Artha also means peace of mind. Artha also means a very good family, a peaceful family, where everybody is disciplined, where everybody is, having a pure mind, having a pure intellect, where you don't fall into any undesirable circumstances. That is also artha. Okay. And there is another thing called anartha, that is, which is, falling into very, very undesirable circumstances. That is called anartha. So we need artha, means we need that by which our life, we need that means by which our life becomes peaceful, our life becomes blissful, our life becomes joyful. We have this taste of life, we have this taste of better life, our quality of life increases, or our quality of life is at its best. That is called artha. Then number third is kama. Kama means everybody of us has desires. All of us. There are certain desires which are very deep rooted. Though while you are approaching the state of, while you are approaching the self, most of your desires will vanish, because the moment you are going to desire, the self, then all the other desires that you have, they are going to vanish. But there are some very deep rooted desires which we carry for a long time. And if they are not fulfilled, then we think that our life is a failure. So, and by any way we cannot get rid of those desires. Those desires keeps coming again and again. We need to fulfill those desires. So once a person has attained the self, once a person has attained enlightenment, all those very strong desires, very deep rooted desires, all those desires which he has been carrying on from a very long time, which has become his second nature, those desires, all those desires are also fulfilled. So with enlightenment, you not only have dharma, you not only have artha, you also have kama. That is the very important desires that you had, they are also fulfilled. And lastly, moksha, that is liberation. You also have liberation from ignorance, liberation from ego, liberation from sufferings, liberation from pain, from grief, from delusion, liberation from confusions, liberation from anger, liberation from greed, liberation from lust, liberation from violence, from jealousy, envy. You become divine. Liberation means having the divine nature, knowing that divine nature. That is called liberation. Liberation does not mean getting rid of your body or going into some other dimension of this world. It doesn't mean that. Liberation means whatever is troubling you in this world, whatever obstacles you have in the path of truth, whatever obstacles you have in the path of truth, whatever makes you confined within a very limited sphere, you get liberated from all those factors, and you can feel yourself to be the self. You can feel yourself to be complete, always fulfilled. And because when you are liberated, you feel yourself fulfilled. That is why you don't need to work. So does a person who has realized the self does not work? No, a person who has realized the self also works. He also works the way he was working before. But after realizing the truth, after enlightenment, he works knowing that these works are all false. These are not for me. These are not for me. And these, and because he does not have any needs. He does not have any needs. So all the works that he performs after enlightenment, those works are all for the cause of others. He works for others. He becomes a greatest benefactor of mankind. He does not do anything from himself. Whatever he does for others. Okay, so that is why this state where he does not need to work. He does not need to work because the purpose of working is complete. The purpose of actions was to attain fulfillment. I am already fulfilled, so I don't need to work. But though I don't need to work, still I work for others. That is called Naishkarma. That is called Naishkarma. That is called worklessness. So a self-realized person is the person who knows the secret of worklessness or Naishkarma. Or in the other hand, it says that a self-realized soul is said to be a Naishkarma. He has attained the state of Naishkarma. So Krishna says, he says, na karmanam manarambha, na karmanam arambha, naishkarma purusha ashnute. Without engaging yourself in action, without engaging yourself in all these actions that is in front of you, if you don't engage yourself in the actions that is in front of you, you can never attain Naishkarma. You can never attain fulfillment, glory. You can never attain divinity. So to attain fulfillment, you need to go through karma. You cannot neglect karma. Okay, so Devashish Babu is asking, Swamiji, what is the difference between karma and karma yoga? I'm giving you one example. Karma yoga means yoga, attaining the state of yoga through karma. That is, yoga means the state of fulfillment, enlightenment. So karma yoga is that karma which we do, by which by which I attain the state of, fulfillment. I attain the state of, consciousness, absolute consciousness. I attain the state of, Satchidananda. That is, I attain the state of truth. I attain the state of, knowledge and bliss. Now, Krishna, at one point, now we will see in the fourth chapter, he said, Karmanne api bodhavyam cha vikarmana, akarmanascha bodhavyam, gahana karmano gati. Gahana karmano gati. What is gahana karmano gati? Before coming to this, he says, Karmanne api bodhavyam. You need to know the secrets or the signs of karma. You need to know the signs of karma. And not only that, when we see in our mind, there are always, two contradictory thoughts. Like, when you got this message that today we are having this, this discourses live in YouTube, got this message, and, you decided that I'm going to come to this class. There will be simultaneously another thought which will say, no, I will do this, I will do that. This is bound to happen. So every thought, it comes with a alternative thought, and that is why it is called sankalpa and vikalpa. This alternative thought is just the opposite of that, that particular thought. If one says yes, the other will say no. If one is positive, the other is negative. Okay, this happens in case of thoughts, isn't it? We have this, we know this. The same thing, karma means when I manifest my thoughts. Karma is the this is not by, this cannot happen through WhatsApp. Vidyaji, this cannot happen through WhatsApp. You go to our ashram in Kolkata. If you stay in Kolkata, Bardhaman, you go to, Birati, you go to Lake Gardens. I have you will have very enlightened people there. You can meet them. You go to Birati, Mayarbari, and you go to, Lake Gardens. There is Vedanta. There are all, my brother disciples are there. You can meet them. You can also meet our master, Sri Bhagavad, who is now residing in Vedanta, in Lake Gardens. So, this knowledge cannot be attained through WhatsApp or phone. You should have a direct contact with the master. Okay. So please go there. I think that about International Vedanta Society. Where is the centers? That. Go to that center. Go to that center. Call the people. Ask them when you will meet, and you can go and you can talk to them. We have Swami Shankaranandaji there, Swami Pragyanandaji there, Swami Nirgunanandaji there. All three are very spiritual stalwarts. You can meet them in persons. Also, you can meet our master, Sri Bhagavan. So, you can go there and you can meet them. And, if you want to realize yourself, bless me to realize that theory. If you want to realize that theory, please go to Sri Bhagavan or the Swamijis that I said, Swami Shankaranandaji, Swami Pragyanandaji, and Swami Nirgunanandaji. They are real masters. They are real masters, real enlightened souls, very enlightened and very, very wise. Please go to them and listen from them. Okay. So I forgot what I'm saying. I was saying, it just went. Can anyone tell me what we were discussing? So what we were discussing, a very important point, very 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 interesting point. Can anybody tell me what we were discussing before I said this? Karma. Oh, okay. So karma is the manifestation of my thoughts. Okay. Yes, karma is the manifestation of my thoughts. Okay. So my thoughts means not only my positive thought. karma also is the manifestation of my negative thought. So when I am having these, these contradictory thoughts, so these contradictory thoughts are going to translate into action, into karma. So one is karma, that is taking me forward, and the other is bikarma, which is pushing me backwards. Though we think that we are only performing karmas, but actually, we are performing this too. We are performing karmas as well as bikarmas, anti-karma. That karma which is taking me, backwards, that also we do. And there is another thing which is called akarma. Akarma means worklessness, means you don't do any work. So Krishna says that you need to know the science of karma, you need to know the science of bikarma, and you need to know the science of akarma. And if you don't know this, if you can only, if you just keep on doing things the way you have been doing, this, whatever we do, we say we are doing karma. So that is what you said, what is karma and what is karma yoga. So every action that we do, we don't know, we are not aware whether these actions is doing good to me or doing bad to me. While we are performing that action, we are not aware about that. After we see the results, then we know that these actions were good for me and these actions were not good for me. So he says that if you just keep on doing the karma the way you have been doing, they are going to take you into darkness. Gahana karmano gati. Every karma that you perform is going to take you towards darkness or death. Death. So we, every day, just think about this. Every day we are working so hard, we are working with so much sincerity. Ultimately, what happens that we have to die. We are like, helpless. We become helpless. We want to defeat death, but we cannot. At one point, we get defeated by death. But there are certain people who don't fear death. There are certain people who says that death cannot do anything to me. I am beyond death. Who are these people? These are the people who have performed karma yoga. That is, they have performed karma in a way by which every karma has become steps for enlightenment. And what is the way? These ways have that they have performed karma, but they don't get attached to any results of the karma, and they are always separate from the doership, the doer of the karma itself, and the results of the karma. Okay, and that is how they have performed karma yoga, and they have excelled in their life. So this is the difference. So whatever people do in their life, it is called karma, but that karma is actually taking them towards death. We are all going, moving towards death, but there is a way out. There's a way out. Though we don't want to die, but we don't want to seek the path which leads to immortality. This is a very big problem, and this is a very big, like this, why this happens. Why this happens? We don't know. We don't want to die, but we know that death is sudden. Everybody dies. I am also going to die, but I don't want to die, and I think that I'm immortal. And I don't want to die. But when I don't want to die, I don't seek that by which I will become immortal. I also keep doing things which they have done and attain death. So when they have done and attain death, I am also going to I'm also going to attain death. Okay, so this is the difference between karma and karma yoga. So we are coming back to the subject that we were discussing. Na karmana manarambha naishkarma purusha ashnute. Without performing karmas, you cannot attain naishkarma. But this karma is not the karma that we know. This karma is karma yoga. Yeah. So this karma is karma yoga. Yes, we are in the fourth verse. So na karmana manaramba naishkarma purusha ashnute. Without performing karma, one cannot attain. Yes, it's true. It's true that death is the death of the body, and akarma and karma both cannot escape it. It's true. But karma yoga can. And that is why Krishna is putting so much attention in karma yoga. If you see the whole Bhagavad Gita, if we get the chance of discussing Bhagavad Gita fully here, it may take 2 years, because I cannot do it like, like just reading the slokas. That's not possible for me. So if we get this chance of, discussing this Bhagavad Gita here, you will see in every chapter, the one thing which is very common is karma yoga. It's karma yoga. This is very common because Krishna knows. Krishna says that, see, karma is something which everybody does, and he does not do it. He is bound to do it. That is what we are going to read in the next verse. This is coming now. We are all, even if you don't want to do any karma, you're bound to, perform karma. Like Bhagavan said, a hen does not hatch. It is bound to hatch. It has eggs inside. So what will it do? It does not hatch. It's bound to hatch. So these karmas are all there within us. So we are bound to, perform karma. Okay? So because we are all bound to perform karma, if we can use this karma, if we can use this karma as a tool for attaining our joy, eternal joy, for attaining eternal, bliss, eternal prosperity, eternal, peace, eternal truth, eternal knowledge, eternal light, then this karma becomes karma yoga. Okay, so that is what he has been saying all along in Bhagavad Gita till the last chapter, 18th chapter. You will see he has been discussing knowledge, he has been discussing bhakti, he has been discussing everything, and then it comes round and round again to that part. In this part, like in the fourth chapter, in the fourth chapter, he was discussing about this theory of, this doctrine of incarnation. He was talking about himself. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. And then after saying this, he was saying about himself, janma karma chame dibbhamevam yav vyakti tattvata taktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sorjuna bitaraga bhaya krodha manmaya mamupashrita bahavo jnana tapasa puta madbhava magataha ye yatha mang prapaddante tangs tathaiva bhajamyaham mama vartanuvartante manushya partha. He was always, he was talking about himself. But while he was doing this, suddenly he again came back into this karma. He said, kim karma, kim karma, kim karma, kim akarmeti kavayo atra mohitaha. He's talking about this great thing, this theory of, the theory of incarnation, the doctrine of incarnation. Ajopi san avvaya atma bhutanam ishwaropi san prakritim swamadhishtaya sambhavatma mayaya. He's talking about himself, how he has come into this world, and why he has come into this world, and who are the people who actually actually know him. He's talking about all this, doctrine of incarnation. Suddenly, he says, Kim karma, Kim karmeti, kavayo atra mohitaha, tatte karma pravakshami, yajagatva moksha seho shubhat. He says, what is karma? What is akarma? Even the wise men, after coming into this world of delusion, they get deluded. Even these wise men who come into this, even the wise men who comes into this into this world of duality, when they come into this world of duality, they also get deluded. And that is why I'm again telling you about karma, so that you can benefit from this. So this is all about, this Bhagavad Gita is all about karma yoga. But karma yoga is not that which we think. Karma yoga has a very, very big, importance in our life. It's like its window is a very vast window. It's a vast subject. It's not a very small subject that, okay, karmanevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Okay, I will only perform karma and I will not think about the result. This is not so easy. This is not so easy. And and because we always have to deal with karma. You're sleeping, you're watching a dream, you're doing karma. You're watching, you are engaged in karma. Even in your dreams, you are doing karma. I'm sitting here. What are you doing? I'm doing nothing. You're doing nothing. How is it possible? You're thinking. Even if you're not thinking, thoughts are coming and you're getting attached to the thoughts. So either you are doing any action, or those actions are done through you. You're binded in the actions. So every moment you are in this process of action, in this process of karma. So it's a very essential part of our existence. It's a very essential part of our existence, and that is why Krishna had always, time and again, he has talked about this karma yoga, karma yoga, karma yoga. You see, karma yoga, because karma yoga not only means karma yoga also means knowledge. Karma yoga means enlightenment, mukti, liberation. Karma yoga also means bhakti. Karma yoga also means everything that I can think about which is divine. Okay, everything is karma yoga. So that is why, na karmana manarambha naishkarma purusha asnute. Without performing the right karma, without performing karma yoga, you cannot attain the state of naishkarma, worklessness, where you don't need to work. Nahi sanyasana deva siddhi samadhigacchati. And only by just taking this robe, I have become sannyasi. I don't need to work. Krishna says no. If you have taken this robe, then also you need to do karma yoga. In the sixth chapter of Bhagavad Gita starts, is called the yoga of meditation. It's called meditation, abhyasa yoga, the yoga of the yoga of practice, or the yoga of meditation. The yoga of meditation starts with these words of Krishna. He says, anashritta karma phalam, karyam karma karotiya, sa sannyasi cha yogi, nacha niragniirna cha kriya. So classical, that is why Krishna is considered to be God. Is very, is very true, is very genuine. It's very genuine, is very true, and is very he talks exactly what it is. He calls a spade a spade. That's it. He does not go round and round. He defines everything in a very, very specific and clear way. Clear cut definition. He says, anashritta karma phalam karyam karma karotiya. A person who performs action without depending on the results of the action. This is also karma yoga. So a person who performs actions without getting dependent on the results of the action, sa sannyasi, that person is called a sannyasi. Not this person, not this person who is wearing this robe, living in the ashram, calling himself some Ananda, some Baba. This is not the definition of sannyasi. The definition of sannyasi is that, that when he is performing actions without getting dependent on the results, he is only performing actions just to complete his duty, to perform his duty. But while he is performing his duty, he is performing it with full, with full this conviction, with full sincerity. And that is why he also talks about the divine quality of a human being, and this divine quality in the human being also, there's danam damascha yagyascha swadhyaya stapa arjavam. So he mentions it very, very clearly that sincerity is a divine quality. So whatever you do, even if it is a karma or a karma yoga, you should have 100% honesty. You should have 100% sincerity. Okay, so here it says, anashritta karma phalam karyam karma karotiya sa sannyasi cha yogi. This person is a sannyasi, and this person is a yogi. Not, yogi doesn't mean having this big beards with this, this what is deadlock or whatever it says, jata and all these things. No, that is not a yogi. That is not a yogi. A yogi is a person who performs actions without getting dependent on the results of the action. Okay, so anashritta karma phalam karyam karma karotiya sa sannyasi cha yogi nacha niragnirna chakriya. A person who does not touch fire, a person who does not touch this, a person who does not touch that, who does not eat this, who does not eat that, these persons are not a sannyasi. This is Lord Krishna. This is Lord Krishna from India, this is Lord Krishna from India, direct from, talking from Kurukshetra. Say, standing in the battlefield, standing in the dharma yuddha, that is, standing in the battle of dharma. Lord Krishna, is saying this, that sa sannyasi cha yogi nacha niragnirna. A person who does not touch fire, a person who does not do this, a person who does not, this is not, these persons is not a sannyasi. Or he does not work after sunset. I do not do this. After, all these things, these are a lifestyle. It has nothing to do with being a yogi, an enlightened soul. A real yogi is one who works without getting attached to the results of action. Okay, so this nacha sannyasana deva siddhir samadhi gacchati. If you embrace sannyas, if you become a monk, you are not going to attain enlightenment. If you just you will just change your dress, that's it. You just change your dress, that has nothing to do with enlightenment. Okay, then he says, na kashchit shanamapi jatu tishtatya akarma krita. He says, there is no time in your day or in your life, there is no time in your life that you can sit quietly, idly, without doing anything. This is impossible. That, like I said before, that I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. I'm thinking. I'm engaged in thoughts. So I'm doing things. Okay? Nahi kashchit shanamapi jatu tishtatya akarma krita. There is no time in your life, in your day, that you do, you just sit idly and you don't do nothing. It's not possible. It's not possible. Why? Karyate hyavasha karma sarva prakriti jai gunai. Because, these works, these actions that you do, you think that you are performing actions. You think that you choose. but you don't choose. You are made to do actions. You are compelled to do. Karyashe karyate hyavasha karma. The sarva prakriti jai gunai. This prakriti, that is nature, and guna, quality, sattva, rajas, tamas. This nature and this quality, sattva, rajas, tamas, they mix together, they produce karma, and they make you, they make you perform that karma. They make you perform this karma. You don't do any karma. You don't choose karma, you don't do karma, you are compelled to do karma. And that is why don't say that slowly. In Spanish, there's a word called poco poco. Slowly, gradually you will understand. When I went to Bhagavan, he used to speak. We didn't understand a thing. We couldn't understand anything. But he said, you will understand slowly. Just keep listening. Bhagavad Gita is all about listening. Just listen to it, attentively, with faith, with love, that these words are the words of Lord Krishna, the Lord. Just listen to this. They will create the impact. They will create impact. They will make you understand. Don't try to understand. If you understand, you are going to understand through your ego. I have understood. Anything that you have understood it means that you did not understand. I know. Anything that you say that I know, that means you don't know. This knowing has happened through mind. This knowing has happened through intellect, through ego. And because mind, intellect, and ego, they're all matter. So this knowing is not knowing. This is ignorance. The real knowing starts when he makes you know. When the Lord or the self or the knowledge, it reveals itself. It reveals itself. Yamei vangshu brinute tena labdha. Yamei vangshu brinute in the Katha Upanishad, Yamraj is saying this to Nachiketa. He's saying, Nayanatma balahinena labhya na medhaya na bahuna shrute na. This self, you cannot attain the self by being weak. You need power. You need strength, courage. You can have medha, you can have intellect, you can listen very much, but this is not going to work. How will it work? Yamei vangshu brinute tena labdha. When he will accept you, when he will manifest himself to you, then only you can know him. Without his manifestation, there is no way that you can know him. Yamei vangshu brinute tena labdha tashaisha atma bibrinute tanusham. And then, when he manifests himself, when he accepts you, when he manifests himself, then not only your mind, but everything, your body, your mind, your heart, your senses, your world, everything becomes illuminated, divine, pure. Okay? So just let him explain. And that is why, before starting this Bhagavad Gita, I always tell people to pray to the Lord so that he can explain this to you. He can make you understand. Don't try to understand this. Listen this. Let the words enter your heart through your senses, through your ears, through your mind. Let them enter into your heart. Open up yourself. Open yourself. Open your ears. Open your mind. Open your heart, and let these words enter into your heart, and there it will create the right impact. Okay, so he says, nahi kashchit shanamapi jatu tishtatya akarma krita. There is no time that you can sit idle without doing anything. Karyate Yavasha karma sarva prakriti jai gunai. You are compelled to do actions, because actions are produced by the nature and the qualities. Okay, so let's stop here, and on Saturday at 8:30 we're going to meet again. Thank you very much, very very much. Thank you for attending this discourses. And if there is any, if there is any confusion, doubt, please write to me. Namaste. Thank you. Jai Ram, Jai Ram.